Hello everyone, welcome to Yoga for Beginners channel. I'm Svetlana. Today's class is for those days when you're recovering from cold and don't have enough energy. Let's say 50% of your energy that you normally have. Also, when you recover from cold and you have your nose blocked, you don't want to do any postures with your head down. Otherwise, you'll end up with a severe headache. So today's class is about warming up our body, stretching all our parts of our body, but also keeping in mind that we still don't have much energy, so that we are not pushing ourselves too much, and after the class we feel great and not tired. Let's begin. Keep also blocks and straps ready to use, and if you don't have blocks, just keep some props ready to use for this class. We'll start in cat and cow breath. Find your hands on the floor and really feel strong connection. Make sure you're not pressing your carpal tunnel. With your next inhale, keeping your chin tucked in, push your chest forward. And with your exhale, roll your spine one vertebra at a time, up. Complete exhale. 4 more times, moving with your own breath. One more time. Moving back to neutral position. Connect your big toes. Move your knees slightly apart. Child pose for 5 breaths. Let your hips to be heavy. Gently push them toward your heels. With your next own inhale, move forward to your hands and knees position and start walking your hands to the right till you feel gentle pull on your left side, and now push your hips gently toward your heels. 5 breaths. Inhaling to move forward and walk your hands to the middle and then to the left till you feel gentle pull on your right side. And now hips are moving toward your heels. 5 deep breaths. Slowly move forward and walk your hands back to neutral position. Once again, child pose for 5 breaths. Make sure you place the top of your forehead on the floor when you do your child pose. Hips are heavy. Slowly slowly descending toward your heels. With your next inhale, move forward and connect your legs. Hero pose. Keep your palms on your thighs. Open your chest. Make sure you keep space between your shoulder blades. Lengthen your spine. Engage your core. 5 deep breaths. And release your pose. Now we'll get 2 of our blocks or any prop you have to support your knees. We are gonna do stretch for our plantar fascia, our feet. And for that, we need to keep our knees slightly elevated. So find your knees on your prop. Maybe it's just a simple pillow. And first, just roll yourself back so that you can stay on balls of your feet, and then you release your knees to the floor. Make sure that balls of your feet still touching the floor. If not, maybe you need higher support. Let's say you can put 2 pillars or 2 blocks so that you feel stretch here, but not like really pain. Just a stretch. Keep lengthening your spine. Open your chest. 5 more deep breaths. Just keep breathing. However it's happening today, if it's not really only through your nose, maybe sometimes just breathe through your mouth, but try to do it only through the nose. And release your pose, come down, move your blocks aside. If your feet need just some relaxation, just tap your feet at the floor. Now, hero pose, the same that we did, but we'll just sit between our heels. For that, you need to move your flesh to the side, so your knees slightly apart, and you put your thumb under your knee, you move your flesh down and then to the side to sit. You can sit simply between your heels. If it's not really good posture for your knees, maybe have a block or 2 blocks to support your hips. What we need to stretch, we need to feel stretch here in our quadriceps. Just again, find your own height. Move your flesh, adjust it one more time if needed. Lengthen through your spine, relax your shoulders. 5 deep breaths. Slowly move forward. Remove your block. If you had a block, make sure it's not too far, like we'll use it again. Now we'll step our right leg forward for low lunge position. Before you do it, make sure your pressure comes in front of your knee. We never want our pressure when we do low lunge position to be directly to go to our kneecap, so right in front here. If you require some padding, maybe grab some towel, maybe just double up your mat, but again, make sure it's right in front of your knee when you place it to the floor. So step your right leg forward, maybe double up your mat, and move your leg back as much as you need so that your pressure comes in front of your kneecap, not to your kneecap. Now, move your legs, squeeze them closer to that midline of your body. Lengthen forward and breathe. You can stay here. You can place your hands to your knee. Pull your tailbone down, engage your core, and we'll breathe. 5 deep breaths. Again, choose for yourself. Either you come up or you can still stay low. Even you can adjust your position and use blocks or any props that you have handy. Keep squeezing legs to the midline. And release. Move back, switch your leg. If you used your blocks, just keep them in front of you. Step your left leg forward. First, just find your proper position for your knee. If you require just some padding, double up your mat or put anything else like soft, and move your knee so that your pressure, your weight comes in front of your kneecap, not directly to your kneecap. Squeeze your legs to that midline. Lengthen forward. Stay here, or you can come up if you have really need deeper stretch for your quadriceps here. Tuck your tailbone down, open your chest. 3 more breaths. Release. Find yourself sitting back. Put your props aside and just relax. And before we'll do some standing postures, we'll just do our very deep squat. If you need blocks or any props to support your hips, use them. What you need to feel when you do this squat, that you still have this stretch, like you really can feel slight gentle pull on your lower back, and you can feel stretch here in your hips. So adjust your height what you need. Let's say, for example, this height for me is too high, so I'll just use maybe 1 block. Adjust position, adjust your height you need. Put your arms between your thighs, connect your palms. Push your upper arms against your thighs, again your upper arms, and really lengthen through your spine. Reach your crown to the ceiling and breathe. 5 deep breaths. And release. So next we'll do some standing postures, and we'll use today some support for some postures. Let's say, for example, for downward facing dog, I'll use the couch, and I'll show you so that my head is not down, but I still have the same juicy stretch that I have in downward facing dog. Let's just come up. Coming up, as usually, first we're starting with a mountain pose. Find your feet hip distance apart. Engaging your legs, rotating your thighs inward. hugging shins to the midline. Make sure your arches are lifted, strong feet. Engage your core, lengthen through your spine. Open your chest, keep space between your shoulder blades. 5 deep breaths. With inhale, you can grow even taller. With exhale, you can relax your shoulders a little bit more. Make sure you keep your height. 3 more breaths. And relax. Relax your legs. Starting with our gentle chest opener, engage your legs, engage your core, keep connections through your feet, feel your feet strong. Interlace your fingers behind. Make sure first you open your chest and then you find space between your shoulder blades, your rhomboids strongly engaged. Relax the base of your neck and slowly move your arms back and then slightly up. Make sure you're not compromising width of your chest and your upper back. It's still wide and open. And exhale, release. You can move your arms, you can move your legs. Now we'll do the same with a forward fold. For forward fold, make sure that your knees slightly bent and you strongly press your heels down and you push your sit bones up when you do it so that you engage your hamstrings and your lower back is not suffering when you do your forward fold. So find your legs engaged, engage your core, interlace your fingers behind, broaden your upper back, find space between your shoulder blades. Move your arms back, slightly bend your knees, push your heels down, and moving your sit bones up, find your forward fold. You don't have to go really deep. Make sure you're not rounding your middle of your spine. You're still hinging from your hips. Move only as far as you can move with your spine long and you're not moving from your waistline, you're just hinging from your hips. With your next inhale, press your heels down, push your sit bones up and slowly rise. Relax your arms, relax your legs. Now step your right leg back. It's approximately 3 feet between your heels and your heels aligned in one straight line. You can have your hands on your hips. You can have your hands on your back, or you can do reverse namaste. In any position, make sure that width of your chest and your upper back is the same, meaning you are engaging your rhomboids, muscles between your shoulder blades. They're always strongly engaged to support your shoulder. Again, find position for your hands. Square your hips forward. Tuck your tailbone down. Strong core. And slowly fold forward, hinging from your hips. As soon as you feel, you start bending from your waistline back off and find position where your spine is still straight. 5 breaths. Keep lengthening forward. Keep pressing your back foot to the floor so that you're not moving all your weight to your front leg. 2 more breaths. Lengthen through your spine. With your next inhale to rise and step forward. Relax your legs. Now step your left leg back, 3 feet between your heels. They aligned in a straight line. Find proper position for your hands. Broaden your chest, broaden your upper back. Square your hips. Using your legs. We are not just pushing our hips, we are using legs. We are pulling legs toward one another. Tailbone down, chest open, upper back wide, and slowly hinge from your hips. Finding your proper depth, just breathe. 5 deep breaths. Keep lengthening through your spine. With your next inhale to rise and step forward, relax your legs. Next, instead of very a warrior 2 that requires a lot of energy, we'll do just goddess warrior. Instead, first just find your feet apart and your feet turned maybe slightly more than 45-degree angle, maybe 45. Again, choose positions that's right for you. When we'll just sit down, make sure that your knee aligned with your second toe. For that, I'll just remind you, I showed it many times in many videos, you use these muscles and you roll them up so that you can support your knee and it is aligned with your second toe. Again, find your feet apart. Engage muscles above and inside your knee. Find your hands on your hips. Press your feet to the floor, lengthen upward, and slowly find your way to sit. When you sit down, make sure that your knees are aligned with your second toe. You use your hamstrings as well, not only quadriceps. For that, you can press your hands at the top of your hip down and resist with muscles that face the floor. 2 more breaths. Slowly rise up. You can relax your legs. We'll do it one more time and we'll do variation of peaceful warrior in this position. So feet apart. Press your feet to the floor. Engage muscles that inside and above your knee to support it. Find your goddess warrior. And now move your right arm up and just bend sideways. 5 breaths. Inhale to rise and release. Left side. Bend your knees. Move your left arm up and bend sideways. And slowly to rise and find your legs touch. Next, we'll do a supported balancing pose. For this purpose, I'll, for example, use a couch. You can use anything, like you can use a chair, you can use anything that you can support yourself when you do this balancing pose. And this pose is a variation of hand to big toe balancing position. So for today, we'll just have one leg up on your chair, or like I use a couch. First, just finding legs connected to that midline. So you hugging leg the same as we did in mountain pose. You can keep your knees slightly bent. Make sure your hip bone the same height. So you pull your right, like if I have my right leg, right heel down. Now pressing standing leg to the floor, realigning our ankle, knee, and hip joint in one straight line. Lengthen upward. Keep your knee bent or straighten your legs. Make sure it's always slightly bent. We never lock our knee. And then breathe. 5 deep breaths. And relax. Release your leg. Now your left leg up First, just check position of your standing leg. It's very important so that all your joints, your ankle, knee, and your hip joint in one straight line. So hug your legs to the midline. So really pull your femur into your hip socket. Lengthen upward. Keep your knee bent as much as you need so that your hip bones are the same height from the floor. And we breathe. 5 deep breaths. And relax, release your legs. And also what we're gonna do with support is a supported downward facing dog. Because for downward facing dog, we really aim to stretch our back of our legs, and we can do the same. For example, if your head can be down because of your nose is blocked, like you can do it like moving, standing upright. So you can do it against the wall, you can do it against a chair, or you can do it like against a couch, any support. Make sure that when you do your downward facing dog, you support your wrist. So either you grip, like for example, grip a couch or your chair, and your wrists are supported, and then pull your shoulders back, broaden your upper back, always finding space between your shoulder blades. Slightly bend your knees. You need to find position creating letter L with your body so that your upper body is parallel to the floor and your legs is the other part of your letter L. Keep pulling your shoulders back. Core engaged. 5 deep breaths. Keep pressing your hands to your couch or whatever you hold. Make sure your elbows slightly bent. And slowly walk your hands back and relax. Now we'll do some gentle stretches on the floor. So move your mat if needed from your couch, and we'll begin in our sitting staff pose. Finding your legs in front of you, make sure you move your flesh back so you really feel your sit bones. You sit on your sit bones. Your weight comes to your legs, not to your spine. And keeping your legs maybe slightly bent. Again, the rule is we need to keep our lower back, our spine perpendicular to the floor. If needed, keep your knees bent. Find your arms by your side. Palms, fingers pointing forward. Open your chest. Keep your spine long. 5 deep breaths. And relax. Staff pose is the same as mountain pose for standing practice when we really realigning our body, then standing and here on the floor. So now forward fold, keep your legs apart. Again, as always, move your flesh back, feel your sit bones. First, lengthen upward, relax your shoulders, core strong, flex your feet, and start walking your fingers forward. Find position where you can still keep your back straight, so you're hinging from your hip, not from your waistline. And stay where it's needed so that you feel enough stretch, but you're not rounding the middle of your lower back. and breathe. You can place your palms to support yourself. 5 deep breaths. And slowly walk your hands back. And now we'll relax our legs. So find yourself supported with your palms at the back, and then bending your knees, simply just move your knees side to side. And finding again legs apart. Move your flesh if needed. To sit on your sit bones, flex your feet. Make sure when you flex, you press pinky side more so that it's the same position as if you are standing on the floor. Lengthen upward, core strong, shoulders relaxed. Inhale and moving your right arm up and just bend sideways, keeping pressing your sternum, your chest forward. 5 breaths. You can support yourself on your leg. You can support yourself in front on the floor. Just find position that is convenient, comfortable for you. Keep your core strong. Inhale to rise and release. Now your left arm up and just bend sideways. Support yourself on the floor, on your leg. Keep pressing your chest forward. Make sure that your hip, let's say if my left arm up, then left hip pressed down. It's not moving with me to the right. It just pressed down, the same position as if we are still simply sitting. And relax your legs. Once again, gentle hip opener, cobbler's pose or frog position. So find your feet to touch. Open your feet as if you're opening a book. Lengthen your spine and open your hips gently. Make sure you feel that it's not only you move your knee down, you rotate your femur, your thigh bone in your hip socket. And exhale, release. Relax your legs. That's all for today. What only we need to do is to rest in our corpse pose, Shavasana. So lie down on the floor, close your eyes, and we'll rest in Shavasana pose. And we'll slowly observe our body. Forehead, eyes, temples, cheeks, ears, jaw, shoulders, right arm, left arm, rib cage, hips, right leg, left leg, right side of your body, left side of your body. Inhale and relax completely with your next exhale. 3 more minutes to stay. If you need longer rest, you can stay in rest longer. Otherwise, you can start moving your fingers, your toes, maybe swing your head side to side, and slowly roll to the right side of your body. Fetal position. And then rising up. Hopefully, you feel better after doing this class and you have more energy. That's all for today. Thank you for practicing with me. Thank you.